Happy May 4th, everyone. May the 4th be with you. It is also Teacher Appreciation Day. I appreciate if you're here in class, and I will appreciate if we make sure we get up to date today. So I cannot be with you today, unfortunately. I hope to be in tomorrow. But if you have not yet completed the form to pick the scary story that you'd like to tell for the presentation, you must do that today. And that is everybody except for Yazzie, Joanna, and Natalie. So thank you, ladies. You're ready to do the rehearsal today. But just to refresh your memory, what you'll do for this assignment is you will go to this Google form, you will have it open, then you can go back to the assignment and go through this folder that I've shared with you that has all the scary stories available. So if you just want to go by title and you pick the title you think is the best one, go for it. But I encourage you to check out the different stories and you can see what you like. You can see if there's sound effects you think you'd be good at performing, or if there's dialogue you can use different voices for, or any stories that are drawn to you. You can see they're quite short. None of these stories is going to be more, I think there's one that might be 2.5 pages. But these are very short YA, young YA stories. So the whole point about these is that it really gives you a good opportunity to try your performance. So using your voice as a tool, using different tones or inflections, using your voice for different sound effects, and then also later finding music as sound effects in the back. So you should choose 3 when you take this poll, in case another person, I try to keep it so that each story is read by one person. So choose 3 stories. You can just type the titles in from here, and you can get the titles from here. And then once you're done, submit it. And I'll be checking my email. And then once you submit it, I will send you your story in email, and you can then move on to rehearsal. Okay. Now, once you've picked your story and you have your story, you can do the rehearsal. And so Yazzie, Joanna, and Natalie, this is what you'll be focusing on today. And everybody else who hands in their story form and gets an email from me during class can do this as well. This should be done before class tomorrow. So even if you don't do your rehearsal before during class today, make sure you finish it by tomorrow. So what you want to do is, once you have your story, you want to read your story once. And then notice words where you can use your voice to add suspense. So think about, can you make sound effects where the text includes them? Like if there's a creak or a boom or other onomatopoeia, so those sound words. Can you create different voices for your characters? Are there phrases or words that you can emphasize in a creepy or strange tone of voice, which is also inflection? Then once you first read your story, read the story aloud by yourself 2 or 3 times. You want to practice so you become more familiar with the story. Remember, your final performance is a performance, so it should not sound like you're reading this for the first or second time. You should be comfortable with reading this story. And then if you have some time, find some music that you play in the background to help create a spooky mood to fit your performance. This can honestly wait until the final performance, especially if you are behind and still haven't picked your story. I really want you to focus on the practice. And then you want to record yourself reading the story on Flipgrid. The link's right here. And then listen to yourself and grade. So to do this on Flipgrid, you click the link, you join with Google, and then you record your response here. You need to make sure you allow the computer to use your microphone and your video, which I'm sure it's doing. And then you're going to press record, the button here. It'll give you the countdown. Now you're recording. If at any time you want to pause, you can pause. If you want to start over, you go back and click retake, and it'll ask you if you want a short to delete, and then you can go for it, okay? So once you've completed that, I'm just going to do this really quickly. I told a story, it's great. Once you're done and good with your version, you click next. I told a story, it's great. Once you're done and good with your version, you And then you click next, you put your name, you submit, you're all good. I'm canceling because I'm not going to record now. I guess I'll submit. What the heck? Okay. Okay, so you've recorded. Then you want to listen to your recording. And once you listen to your recording, you're going to evaluate or grade yourself. How good was your enunciation? Was every word pronounced clearly? How was your inflection? Rate yourself. Give yourself feedback. Did you create a spooky mood? Rate the mood and then leave feedback on what you did well or what you need to improve. The pacing, always critical. Did you read the story in a pace that allows the listener to understand all the details? Rate yourself, give yourself feedback. How's your volume? What was your voice loud and clear so the listener could understand all the presentation? Rate yourself and then leave feedback. And then finally, identify one aspect you did well in the rehearsal and one aspect you need to improve for the final performance. It can be something in the feedback you've left here. And once you've done that, you turn it in and your rehearsal is done. So I am going to just really quick recap what you should be doing today. If you haven't done the poll to select your story, you absolutely have to do that. If you haven't done the rehearsal, but you have your story, then you want to do the rehearsal. And if you finish that early, I've got extra credit that will post. Don't worry about it being due today. You cannot do this extra credit, though, until you do the rehearsal first. And you can't do the rehearsal until you choose a story. Okay? So have a good day. Email me with any questions. And that's all I got. So long.